Hey everyone, and welcome to a quick look of Metro Last Light's DLC, which actually came out a little bit while ago, but I had a little time this afternoon. Stalker got me in the mood to check out something like that again. I've been a little too intimidated to go back to Stalker, but once I finish playing a couple other games, I intend to go back to that game. But there was a DLC pack put out for Last Light. There's a season pass that you could have purchased, or you can still purchase. But there are 3 new missions, part of the faction pack, that were put out. And so when I loaded it up, I decided, well, I guess I'll just kind of check it out in order. The unfortunate part is that you can't just check out one mission. If you get tired of that or don't particularly care for that mission, you can't just quit out and check out the other. You can see if I try and go into this one, it'll overwrite my previous save game data, which kind of a bummer. And it's kind of weirdly tacked on. You know, you have to hit X to head over to the main story, and here to go into the DLC missions. But so the one that I've heard is the best is this second mission. But unfortunately, I'm in the middle of trying to finish this first mission, and we're gonna quit out of it. But we're gonna give this one last shot. This mission you are playing is part of the Reich, the sort of Nazi faction in Last Light, and also in Metro 2033. This has basically just been a sort of wave-based survival setup, and although the combat is better in Metro Last Light, I don't think there was ever a point where I said I wanted more wave-based survival sections in that game, and I've kind of just hit a point. Did I overwrite? I overwrote my save somehow. Alright, well, we'll see how far we can get into this section before I get tired of it and move on to the next one. But you kind of just jump into this front section here. You've got access to this brand new weapon. It's kind of this chain gun. And you just sort of sit here and mow dudes down. There's not a whole lot of subtlety to this. There's not a whole lot of setup. You know, you get that little bit in the beginning that informs you why you're here, just standing here holding a chain gun. But you know, for a game that is pretty story driven, you know, I actually played Last Light in 2033 far more for the atmosphere and the world it was set in, less so for the particular story it was trying to tell. And I just, at no point, had any interest in more of stuff like this. So, I'm really hoping, from what other people have been telling me and from what I've read, that the rest of it is more than what you were seeing in front of me right now, because, yeah, wow, this is not really appealing at all. Alright, well, we're just gonna keep mowing through these guys. Mowing through these dudes. Don't have to stop for nothing. Ooh, red lights look pretty nice, I guess. I mean, Last Light is a very pretty game. So if you were looking for more pretty red lights, I mean, this section, sure. It's not technically on rails. I can move my guy around. But you'll notice I have really not done a whole lot in the last minute or so. Alright, so I hit a checkpoint. Got some ammo. Got a sniper rifle, which is, railgun is the second new weapon, at least in this section. Which is actually pretty cool. So you got a sniper. Gotta zap that guy. Whoop, didn't mean to throw that. It's kind of neat how they're... Oh, I should probably use a stim pack or a health pack, whatever they call it in Metro. Ah! Actually need 2 here. There's a guy over here. Hey, buddy. There's a whole lot of lens flare happening, kind of in general right now, that is not super appealing. As far as I can tell, the guys you are fighting alongside are absolutely worthless. They will take hits and kind of look like they're shooken up, but in terms of actually doing anything to further the cause of the Reich, not a whole lot happening. All right, once I get this taken care of, I should be able to move on to the next section. Okay, that's kicked in. All right, so now we've got this next little bit, which I've played, I don't know, a dozen times, and I've had zero success. I've tried to balance between taking out the snipers and taking out this sort of like front line, but I didn't have any success doing that. So I'm going to see if maybe I'll just sit here and blast the front line with this chain gun, and maybe I'll have a little more success that way. Maybe my guys get that sniper right there. Using up ammo like a motherfucker. Okay. Go ahead and use that stim pack. So far, this appears to be a much more viable strategy than what I was doing the last time around. Yeah, I beat it this time. Okay, so the game sets up like, hey, maybe you should fight everyone at once, and you know what? Pro tip, don't do that. Just hunker down and fire forward the same as you were doing before and employ zero strategy whatsoever. So, I don't know. I don't want to play any more of this section. I'll come back and finish it, but I don't want to do that anymore, you guys. So why don't we check out what sounds to be like the way more appealing chapter of the DLC. This other one is a sniper team. I don't know, maybe that could be good, but that doesn't seem that interesting to me. But this one, scale to the surface and get as many artifacts old as possible. Sounds a whole lot like what I enjoy doing in Metro games. Sure. I just would love to replay that section again.
Достоин стать одним из кшатриев Полиса. Достоин великой миссии, поиска реликвий прошлого, необходимых нам, чтобы сохранить знания и культуру Старого Мира. Меня приписали к группе, ведущей поиски в окрестностях Великой Библиотеки, одном из самых опасных, но в то же время и самых интересных районов разрушенной Москвы.
The Great Library. I want to say I remember there being some pretty terrifying moments in 2033 that had to do with libraries, so I wonder if this is at all indicative or comparable. Of course, in this case, I am playing it in the middle of the day, and there is actually sun glaring through a rooftop.
Значит так, расклад у нас простой. В группе всего 5 человек, считая нас с тобой. Я Кузьмич, на мне вся матчасть. Оружие, снаряжение. Все это будешь брать у меня. Вон тот мужик в химзащите, это шаман. Он наш эксперт. Оценивает все, что притащишь с поверхности. И отстегивает патроны.
Привет, привет и еще раз привет.
Hey, buddy.
С ними ты сам познакомишься.
You should be in Breaking
Я
Bad.
оцениваю все принесенные с поверхности предметы и выдаю соответствующее вознаграждение. Ты, вероятно, как и все
At least as far as I can tell, there is not some sort of general combined narrative that is threading these 3 bits. Instead, it kind of just comes across as, here's 3 different kinds of missions that lets you participate and be a part of different factions that otherwise you're sort of just observing in the game proper.
Ну что ж, что искать, ты знаешь. Искренне желаю счастливого пути и скорейшего возвращения. Ах да, и лампочки не забудь.
Теперь о главном. Оружие, снаряжение, фильтры. Все это придется покупать. Че смотришь? Думал, у меня тут богадельня? На всех не напасешься. Ну, приобщайся. Фильтры, маска, аптечки и пушки. Кстати, как зверя какого убьешь, советую
A couple different options here.
Знаешь, сколько они ребят вроде тебя со всем барахлом сожрали?
Huh. So there's a looting mechanic of
Ни
this?
пуха, ни пера, сталкер.
Interesting.
Удачи.
Oh. Didn't... What am I walking in? Oh, I'm walking into a chair. So how much do I have? It's been a while since I've played this game. Why don't I look up the controls? Equipment inventory, lighter medkits, weapons inventory, use interact, journal menu. Oh, I only have 10. Okay, that's what that's saying. Okay. Right, so if I tried to buy... Let's just test that theory. Yeah, okay. So I don't have anything. So I guess let's just go out and have a really terrible run. At least that'll give us a sense of how this DLC runs. One thing you should do in any of these games is, of course... Oh, you can't strum the guitar! What are they doing if you're not letting you strum a guitar? That's the defining characteristic of a Metro game. I do really love that part about these games.
А меня Су, привет. Тебя, значит, в нашу смену загнали?
Ну ясно его. Гришу же сожрали.
Ну, раз так, можем дать пару советов.
Да, даже 3. 3 правила выживания.
Точно. Первое правило.
Оно же главное. Фильтров на поверхности не найдешь, не надейся.
Так что, сколько с собой фильтров взял, столько и проживешь. Всегда запасайся так, чтобы на обратный путь хватило. И с запасом.
Oh, look. Brad's playing Dota 2. That's a big shot. Actually, considering what time it is, I think I'm recording this maybe when he's doing daily Dota. So maybe I should keep my jokes to myself. Or maybe not. I don't know. That guy plays so much Dota. He's earned it. He's also doing a good job making me not look at these subtitles.
Видишь, на столе у шлюза коробка с лампами. Бери с собой.
I did take it, buddy.
А вот лампы заменить руки не дошли.
Так что ты, брат, как идти будешь, вкручивай по дороге лампой. И ориентироваться.
See, at least with this one, there's a whole lot of setup for what you're doing and why you're doing it, as opposed to the last one, which is just you kind of get thrown into the middle of this battle, and the combat's not that fun, the setup's not that interesting, not a good sense of why you're doing any of that stuff. The price of filters increases with every purchase. Do not buy too many at once. Funny. Alright, well, let's head to the surface. I hear it's pretty safe there. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, Jesus. Wow, I really spoke way too soon. What? Holy shit. I'm not gonna go that way. Where the hell did those guys come from? That just seemed awfully unfair. I didn't even have any time. Maybe that was a scripted event that was just sort of give you a sense of how punishing this section was. Alright, so that must be a shortcut that you can unlock eventually. Oh. Probably put my mask on. Alright, so I collected something. Sorry. I'm not playing this, listening to the story right now. Man, they've really... This is not like the sunny, cheery section of playing Last Light. This is the... Hey, Patrick. Oh, Jesus Christ! What is even going on? Objects found, book, keyboard. So they said I could carry 5 artifacts, right? Well, currently I'm in really bad shape. So... Damn. So why don't we just see if we can find a 5th artifact? Oh. Oh, wow. That was pretty effective. Oh, the other dudes. Okay, so I got some money, got some, or bullets rather, for that. Yep, I'm just gonna keep on moving. Keep on keeping on. Man, this really does turn this game much more into a bit of loot gathering. Way more so than your standard Metro Last Light. So it's almost kind of like a... we don't need to go down there yet. Why would I go down to the basement? So in this sense, it almost seems like maybe the Factions pack is almost best viewed... Kind of scared me for a second. Best viewed as 4A Games, the developer, sort of experimenting with some new gameplay types. Which is interesting. You know, but... Unfortunately, people have to pay for that. Oh, boy. Really wish I had had that up front, as opposed to paying for all of this. What's the button I do? Forget how to wipe my lens off. Let me back in. I will say the wiping the blood off of your mask is one of my favorite features of this game. The fact that it dedicates an entire button to having the ability to do that. Alright. Hey guys. It really does look like Bryan Cranston. Yeah, I realize there's nothing special. But you'll just have to take what you can get. That was my first expedition out. No one told me.
Молодец, славно потрудился. Держи.
124.
Кстати, об экспедиции. Между выходами на поверхность
Take a break at the station to save your progress.
Это значительно повысит твои шансы на выживание.
What is this, Nintendo? Just trying to remind me?
Молодец. С почином. Так, сдавай, что принес, и ко мне. Продам тебе фильтры и патроны.
Well, that's nice of you.
Привет.
I don't know. Alright, why don't, as long as we're doing this, rather than go on another expedition, why don't we'll very quickly jump back to the main menu. This is also a very convenient way for when I actually sit down and play this myself. I'll go out there with that pistol and immediately take care of those guys out in front instead of getting my ass handed to me. So let's at least see what the beginning of this sniper team section is, as long as we're rounding out the 3 bits of content included in the faction pack.
Ну что, мы считай на месте. Стрелок, ты говорят, что надо. Вот сейчас и покажешь класс. Хотя с такой пушкой, как у тебя, это несложно. Жаль, одна она у нас. Я бы тоже из такой пару гадов шлепнул. Ну да ладно, ты и сам справишься. Так, что у нас тут? Вот черт, чуть не попались. Ладно, хрен с ним. Мы на позиции.
I don't know about you guys, but I did all sorts of stealth killing.
Главная цель — пробраться на станцию.
One of my favorite moves was to throw the knives at guys from way far away because it was just so ridiculous that you were actually able to throw it with such incredible accuracy.
С другой стороны и выполню свою задачу. Как закончишь, встретимся на входе на станцию. Думаю, первым делом надо очистить крышу и вышки. А потом уже перещелкать патрули.
They are not letting me... Oh, there we go. Ah. Clear the outer perimeter without raising an alarm. Alright. Ooh, oh, we switched to my sniper rifle. Ooh.
Ну ты даешь.
That's true. I could take out that light. Okay, who else we got going on here? We got...
Погоди. Давай обождем, пока разойдутся.
Alright. Later.
Ты что творишь? Сейчас всех на уши поставим. Вали их!
Well, I appear to have failed that section. I'm gonna say, in general,
Стрелок, ты говорят, что надо.
not a huge fan of this DLC.
Как у тебя.
I guess technically it is single player. I mean, it is single player, but I don't know. I guess this isn't what I was looking for. I was hoping for, you know, part of what makes the other games work is you're following one character and getting a chance to really cement yourself in the world, and these are just kind of slivers of short stories with completely different approaches to gameplay, and I don't know, I guess it's a little too experimental. I'm not sure if I would necessarily recommend it. I'm definitely going to dig into it a little bit further. I'll take any chance I can get to play more of these types of games, but I guess maybe wait for more on me to report back. I mean, that's really nice. That's really cool. I'll try and report back after checking out more of this, but yeah, that's our look at Metro Last Light's Faction Pack, which is, I think, available for all platforms now. I'm not sure how much it costs if you haven't bought the Season Pass, but there is more stuff coming. So, you know, I don't know. You might want to wait and see what else 4A Games has in store.